Oh, Anthony Martial. Oh, Anthony Martial. Oh, Anthony Martial. And Pogba was pretty good as well. Hey, everyone. Come on, my son. Get in there. Oh, have some of that toffees. How does that toffee taste today? Bitter. Oh, mangasm. Hey, everyone. How's it going? It's the Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. 3 points in the bag. A must-win game for Manchester United, and we have managed to win it. It was a little bit sketchy at the end of the game there, but United just had that extra bit of quality to see us the victors in this game against Everton today. It wasn't easy. Manchester United didn't really put in a stellar performance, but we did enough. We created just about enough. Went with a different looking attack today, which was nice to see. A bit more pace up there. Obviously, Lukaku on the bench. And I just thought we looked quite lively. And obviously, not too long into the game, start the second half, we're 2-0 up. So it couldn't have been that bad. Everton not looking fantastic this season, but they were a team that are around us in the table. So you've got to respect them. We were in control for most of this game today. And it was great to see because obviously United have started games pretty poorly, especially at home. We've gone down in games quite often this season. We've had to claw back. Today it was different. We took the lead. We kept the lead. Yes, we had to hang on a little bit at the end there. Last 15 minutes of the game, it was looking more likely that Everton would make something happen, to be brutally honest. But we still did enough just to hang on and see the game out and get the 3 points in the bag. Oh, yes! Come on, my son. How does it... It's a brilliant result for us. Let me know how you feel Manchester United performed today in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. Let me delve into some of the sort of player performances out there. Of course, I've titled this video Magic Martial Man of the Match because he was easily my man of the match today. Stunning performance from him. Always dangerous, always intelligent play, always creating and also capping things off lovely as well. I mean, that second goal was an unbelievable finish from him. Opens his body up, curling effort from distance, placed it from distance into the bottom right-hand corner. Majestic goal from Anthony Martial. Just beautiful. That's what we want to see. We know he's capable of doing this. He's shown in the last run of, say, 5 games. His form is fantastic. He's got that ability. He can live up to his potential because we all know he has got the potential to be one of the very best players in the world. He's shown that on occasion, even up to this point in his career. He's shown quite a few occasions that he is an excellent, technically gifted player. And he did that again today with that wonderful finish, his general play, his recent form is brilliant. And I'm just absolutely over the moon and happy for him because, like I said, we weren't really too sure what was going to happen a little while ago with Anthony Martial at United. Would he fulfill that potential and would his career be positive at United? It could have very, very easily fallen by the wayside. But he's shown recently that he's prepared to fight. He's shown his ability and his class recently. Did again today. So I'm just absolutely buzzing for the lad. I'm sure most of you guys are as well. I bet there's not that many Scousers watching this video today because we've actually won. We've won a game here that we should have perhaps won. We've won at Old Trafford. You know, it doesn't hide the problems that Manchester United have at the moment. We all know we are way too inconsistent. We all know we've got players underperforming there. We all know the style with which Manchester United go about our football is not the most positive at times and is quite defensively drab and dull. But we at least picked up the win today. We've got to keep doing that. I think we've got Bournemouth away next game. You know, that's a tough game with how they've been doing recently. Another battering from them this weekend. I mean, they're above us in the table at the moment. They're playing nice football. They're scoring goals. They're creating chances galore. They've got a very positive team ethic about it. That will not be an easy game. Yes, we should be winning that game, but it will not be an easy one. So even more imperative to get the result today against those blue Scousers. Do you know what I mean? Against those Toffees. It was massively important to get the result. We managed to do that in the end there. So I'm buzzing. Just everybody who's tuning in right now, thanks so much for stopping by on this live stream. Get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'll be delving into those very, very soon indeed. Also, do us a favour, chuck a like on this video and give it a share on social media. It'd be much appreciated. Everybody who's joining me right now, thanks for stopping by. Jack and Brad Gaming, how's it going? He comments that says, yes, we needed that. It was a result. Chums comments that says, come on, result. Great result from Manchester United today. Could have easily been another bad result for United, though, because, like I say, Everton were piling it on quite thick at the end of the game. If you're looking at the actual chances created, it's not like United really dominated this game and bossed this game. You know, the first goal that we scored, the penalty, I mean, let's be brutally honest now, it wasn't really a penalty. I mean, I've seen them given, but I think it was a soft penalty. We were lucky to get it. We were also lucky that that twinkle-toed Logba in the centre of the park actually managed to put in the save rebound, because he's missed his initial penalty. Good save from Pickford there, and he's there to follow it up, which obviously is great. But you've got to stop doing that bullshit twinkle toe run up, pal. How many times must I say? What's the need for it? It doesn't impress anybody. We're not watching figure skating out there. Even if we were, it would be shit. I don't understand why he does that. Just stick it in the back of the net, pal. Why do you have to have such silly haircuts? And why do you have to take such elaborate penalties? There's no need for it. Sort your attitude out, Paul Pogba. By the way, thought you played great today. No, I thought he was pretty good today, Paul Pogba. Not all of the time. He still gave the ball away sometimes and caused Everton to have attacks that were unnecessary because of some of his sloppy play. But in general, very positive performance from him. He was influencing the game very well. Obviously, he has got himself a goal from that twinkle toe penalty rebound, and his general play was good today, which is great to see. So I can't really criticise Paul Pogba too much today. I think he's put in a good shift, good performance from him. He's sort of turned it around a little bit recently as well. Maybe not to the extent of an Anthony Martial, but certainly he's looked more positive. He's had a lot better impact in games. And that's what we want to see more of, He's a very expensive player. He's got to play like a very expensive player. He has been doing that somewhat recently. Want to see more out of you, the lad. Comments here from Alex Rincon. How's it going? He comments with a super chat. Thank you very much, Alex. How you doing, mate? He says, Martial is on fire. Martial's on fire. It's absolutely awesome. He's putting in some really good performances, isn't he? Scoring goals, not just any old goals, not just tap-ins. Lovely goals. I mean, that was a very skillful goal that he scored today from distance. The technique involved, he's opened up his body there. He's got no right to score from there at all, really, but he still managed to find the back of the net and stick it on in there. So really happy for him. He is on fire at the moment. That's what we want to see. We need some of our players that haven't been performing so well to step up and have a really big season for us now. Because, yeah, we're clawing our way slightly up the table now. I'm not sure where that puts us, like 8th or something. We've still got, at least 9 points off the likes of Liverpool and stuff like that. So we are some considerable distance behind. But if we can keep stringing runs together and our players can keep performing, the likes of Anthony Martial, who has looked on fire recently, then it gives us a chance to at least hope for top 4, which for a United fan is a disgusting sentence to say, because we've always been about winning, and second is not good enough. Well, this season, we've got to readdress our expectations, and we've got to say that top 4, all things considered, with the terrible shocking start we've had to the campaign, would be a good thing. It looks like Jose Mourinho is sticking around at Manchester United. If he does stick around, if he does make it until Christmas and he manages to get us the results to keep him there, because it only takes a couple of results at this stage with the start we've had to the season for it to all go wrong for Jose. If we lose against Bournemouth, lose the next game after that, all the pressure would be back on him, and I don't know if he'll see it out until Christmas. If he does win the next couple of games, then it takes a lot of that pressure off. It gets us right back up there in terms of in the table at least, or at least in and around those sort of 4th, 5th position spots. So it's very important that we do that, because if we don't do that, I can see him going, and what we need to do in the January transfer window is strengthen. We should have done it in the summer transfer window. We should have got a centre-back in and another winger perhaps. And everybody knew that. Jose wanted that. Jose was not happy about getting not getting a centre-back in the summer transfer window. And it showed for the first period of the season, where we were absolutely gash-tastic and shocking at the back and conceded the most goals for a United team for like 26 years or something. It was literally that bad. We seem to have turned it around a little bit recently, but we've got to address that problem at the back there. In January, we have to strengthen. We've got to get a centre-back in. If there's all these question marks and this negativity and the unknown surrounding Jose Mourinho at Manchester United, will we do that? Do you know what I mean? So this is make or break time for Jose's Manchester United. We've got to keep it going. It looks like the players are fighting for him. That's the thing. There was a problem a few weeks ago where the players just lacked any passion. They lacked any zip. They lacked any determination. But recently, the Newcastle game, the Chelsea game where we were unlucky, this game today, they've shown a bit of fighting spirit. They've shown a bit of balls. Not a lot, but a bit. And that is at least something. At least gives us fans the faith in the team and the faith in the manager, that the players are playing for the manager, and that everybody's got the same common goal in mind, which is to get United back on the right track and being a successful club again. So thank you very much for your super chat there, Alex Rincon. Much appreciated it. Stephen Zevon comments, "Are you Jose in now?" Well, it's not me. It's not really about me being Jose in or Jose out. The fact is, he is the manager at Manchester United at the moment. The board have kept the faith in him for the time being, at least. They're giving him an opportunity to turn it around. Managers have done that before. There's been pressure on countless managers where they have gone on and been successful. Our own Sir Alex Ferguson. Me, myself, and I don't like the style of football United play generally, especially when we come up against the bigger teams, or, sometimes teams we definitely should be beating and setting out more attacking and going for it and dominating the lesser teams. But we don't do that. We haven't done that this season. We've been way too negative, way too defensive, way too boring, man, and not even picking up the results. Fair enough, we win 1-0 picking up the results. We've not been doing that. Yes, we've had a decent run recently, unlucky in the Chelsea game. Great comeback against Newcastle. But did you see the first 45 minutes of that Newcastle game? It was absolute mongastastique, to quote Anthony Martial. Not good, and I'm sorry, but these few results do not paper over the cracks for me. This Everton result, yeah, it was a good result. We hung on in the end there, but I want to see more from this United side. Jose's going to have to get this United side put in a good run of form together now. Like I say, we've got Bournemouth away, tough game, got to win it. There's no excuses. We've got to win it. A draw is not good enough at this stage. A draw is nowhere near good enough. Griffo Chaz, how's it going, Griffo Chaz? He comments and says Lukaku needs to stay out every week. I thought, up until the injury, the substitution, I thought that we did look a lot more lively up front there, and we had possibilities, we had options, we had that pace up there. And yeah, Lukaku gives you a completely different option up there, and when he's on form, he's very, very good indeed. But he's not been on form this season, has he? He's been shite, and he rightfully didn't deserve to start the game today. Now, he's come on there, couldn't really have an impact, had a chance, but... yeah, I agree with you. I think he's played himself out of the side with his run of form. Now, the only way he can play himself back into the side is, of course, to impress Jose behind closed doors in training, but also put in good performances when he does come on, like that game there. If he comes on there, looks like an absolute menace and is causing their defence all sorts of problems and nicks himself a goal or something, then fair enough. Do you know what I mean? You've put yourself in the conversation, but you can only put yourself in the conversation by getting some sort of a return, some sort of results out there on the pitch. If you're going out there and looking like Emil Heskey's little brother and just not performing well at all and just looking like a big lummox, then you can't expect to be picked for the next game. I'm sorry. I think that's the way United has to be. Jose's kept faith in players a little bit too much this season for me. Yes, he's made the odd drop, like he dropped Sanchez and, based on shitty performances, but he's always kept the faith in Pogba. Even though Pogba's put in some real stinkers this season, he's played well recently, and maybe that's Jose's own man management. He's got the ability to know when a player's not right mentally, or know when a player's just not performing very well in a game, but is performing well in training and still deserves to play in the next game. It's on Jose Mourinho. That's why he is the manager, because his job is to choose the best team that's going to get the job done in the next fixture. So, yeah. Thank you very much for your questions, everybody. Do us a favour if you've just tuned in live. Smash a like on this video. It doesn't hurt anyone. Do you know what I mean? Only just helps out the channel a little bit there. PT Snack Pack comments. Flying Pig is my dad. Keep it to yourself, okay? Don't want to have to pay any more child support payments out, okay? No, I'm obviously not your dad, am I, mate? That's a little bit far-fetched. Mohammed Red comments, Lukaku or Rashford, they are both shit. Lukaku, Poop or Gashford. That's what we've got at the moment. At the moment, I'd rather go for Gashford because I think he's slightly less gash than Lukaku Poop. But no, in all honesty, they've both had terrible seasons so far. Different types of players in terms of both the way that their styles and their physiques and everything. One's a big lummox. The other one's a more nippy in behind type player. And they've both not succeeded this season so far. One of them's young, one of them's got bags of potential. The other one's supposed to be coming into the best period of his career. The latter 20s, he's supposed to be this goal-scorer machine. He's proven it in the past at Everton and West Brom that he can score loads of goals in the Premier League. But for United this season, he hasn't been doing that. He's been absolutely off the boil. I don't know why. What is it, Romelu Lukaku? Do you know what I mean? Stop watching Emil Heskey training videos. I've told you. Of course, the style of the team doesn't really help. It's not like he's getting loads and loads of service as well this season so far. We've played this defensive style. We've conceded a lot of goals. We've been on the back foot in a lot of games, chasing leads. it doesn't help Romelu Lukaku that he's not been getting the sort of service, that he's not playing in a fluid Manchester United side. So if you just stuck this very same Romelu, if you'd have picked him up and taken him out and put him in that, say, 1999 United side and just took, I don't know, Dwight York out or something, stuck him in there, or whoever, do you know what I mean? Then he'd have probably done quite well because he's getting the service. He's in a confident team. He's in a team that's playing good football, that's playing attacking football. But right now, it's not happening for him. And there's a lot of that to do with the system, but also, the other players are starting to perform now. Martial's performing. Juan Mata's been performing. Even Pogba has been performing. So why haven't you been performing, Romelu? Eh? You've got a lot to answer for, pal. Thank you very much for your question there. Everybody who is tuning in right now, get your comments and thoughts in before I toddle off this evening. I will give you my thoughts and opinions on what you've got to say. Alex Rudd in the house with a little super chat. How's it going, Alex Rudd? Nothing to say here. Here's some money. Thank you very much, Alex Rudd. Much appreciated. You're going to get a shout out, though, for the super chat there. He's got nothing to say as an Arsenal fan. They've had a draw, first time in a while. They've not won a game. I would have something mocking to say. But unfortunately, United haven't been doing very well recently, have we? And Arsenal look pretty damn decent. They've got great attacking players, Aubameyang, Lacazette. It's going to be a positive season for Arsenal. Even if they just finish like 6th or 5th, at least there's some sort of a positive feeling going around at Arsenal Football Club. I don't really want to talk about Arsenal, though, but I appreciate you getting involved with your super chat there, mate. Absolute ledge. Alex Rincon comments with a super chat and says, Lagash Tastique. Yes, you just asked Anthony Martial about that because he's known that he's been Lagash Tastique earlier on in the season. He's turned it around. And he's actually been really good, but there's a bunch of other players that are absolute Gash Tastique, and they need to sort themselves out big time. TFC HD comments and says, my heart and my thoughts are with Leicester and Brighton, and Glenn Hoddle has done well. Do you know what? You brought up a really good point there, man. There's some bit of a tragedy happened today. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I haven't heard too much about it, so I don't really want to get it wrong. But I believe that the owner of Leicester and maybe a couple of other people, pilot, etc., had a helicopter crash this afternoon after the game. And there was an explosion, and I believe he has passed away. I believe somebody else may have passed away, so just want to give my condolences to anybody who's associated with that man and those men and those people involved, and also Leicester City Football Club. Obviously, it is a sad day in football in general. When anything like this happens, it's a disaster, especially for us sort of Manchester United fans, because we know, obviously I wasn't alive at the time, but from what my parents have said and the way it impacted in the nation, not just the city of Manchester, when the Munich air disaster happened, we can relate to that sort of thing. So I would just like to say to anybody who's been affected by that, thoughts and prayers with you lot, and that is so sad, man. What a disaster that is. But yeah, thank you very much for your comment there. Daniel McLennan comments and says, good result, still a lot of work to do, need 2 defenders in January. He needs to keep the same team each week. I agree with you. I think we don't know what we're doing too much this season. There's been so many times when we could have just had put that continuity into the side. We've got this back four. This is the back four for the big games at least. And this is how we're going to play. But we don't have that. We chop and change every week. We chop and change selection. We chop and change tactics, even formations. So Jose's having a bit of a mare at the moment because he doesn't quite have that continuity. I'm still not convinced he knows what his best team is, and he knows the best way to get the team that he's got performing to their strengths. I'm still not convinced about that. Absolutely. In terms of the defenders, you said we need to get 2 defenders in January. We certainly at least need another defender. I'm with you, though. I would get 2 ready-made quality European, really quality players in there. Well, not necessarily European, but I mean like Champions League standard. That's what I mean, like quality players in there who can have the experience and come in there and improve Manchester United immediately. It's easier said than done. The board, the owners, they haven't been prepared to put their hands in the pocket so much recently. I hope that they do, because I think that the players we've got at the club at the moment are just gash tastique in those positions. Let's talk about Chris Smalling today. Giving away the penalty. He of course he picked up a knock. Don't know why Jose didn't sub him off, in the game at the end there, just allowed him to carry on there. I personally thought if he's picking up an injury, get him off there. He didn't look quite right from that moment on, so I'm not sure about that decision from Jose either. But yeah, I mean, the back line, it was apparently Chris Smalling's 300th appearance for Manchester United today, which for a player who's a bit bang average is quite a high number, isn't it? It highlights the fact that we never really solved that Vidic-Ferdinand problem after those guys left. So I mean, Smalling did actually have an amazing season under Louis van Gaal, but other than that, I mean, you know, he's a bit shy, isn't he? He really is. Buster Cherry comments, Piggy, I'd give you money, but I can't reach all the way down to 8th place. Get out of here, Buster, you dirty gooner. No, thank you very much for your comment there. Yeah, well, you know, you're doing well, but we'll claw it back. Now, you just watch this. We're going to batter Bournemouth. United have got a bit more positivity. We've got the new Thierry Henry in Anthony Martial, who gives us a chance when he's playing like he has done recently. He's in a good run of form. I'm confident for the lad. Some of the other players around him, Rashford and Lukaku, they really need to sort themselves out. If they were to the same level of intensity or quality as Martial, we wouldn't be having any problems this season. But yeah, do one. Comment here from Maximilian7. He comments, great win, still want Jose gone. The win just papers over the cracks. If I were Ed, I'd simply demote Jose to assistant manager. This would force him to resign, and we don't lose a penny to sack him. Thoughts? I don't really think it works like that, pal. I think he's got a contract to be the head coach, to be the manager of Manchester United. I don't think you could just make him the key boy and expect him to just carry on doing the job. So I'm not so sure if we can do that. I'm not even so sure if Jose should be going right now. Has it all been Jose's fault? The owners didn't strengthen in the summer. You know, the board didn't get the players in, didn't elect to get the players in the summer that we needed to strengthen. Jose had a bad pre-season. There was negativity because of that. He made his feelings known publicly, which was maybe not the best thing to do. But that's how he felt about it. He wasn't happy that he didn't get the players either. That's a problem. Also, the players that we do have, you know, the likes of Lukaku, the likes of Rashford, the likes of Pogba earlier on in the season, Martial earlier on in the season, they've got to hang their heads in shame about some of the performances they put in a Manchester United shirt. And yeah, the system, you know, I blame Jose quite a lot for the negativity and the bad style and the way we've gone about it this season. I do. But he's not all to blame. He's shown previously that he has got an unbelievable record. He does win things. He's won us things in his first season here. He did very well indeed. You know, I'm not so sure if we can get somebody in, whether it's, you know, like a Zidane or a Giggsy or whoever, who's going to actually get us finishing in a better position than Jose Mourinho this season. Yeah, we've had a bad start, but we can turn it around. We're not that far off the qualification places. We're not even that far off first. Stranger things have happened than cutting down a 9-point league, especially at this stage of the season. It's still October at the moment. There's loads of time left. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to win the league this season. I think we will struggle to make top four, but I still think he can do that, and I think he's probably better placed at this moment in time to get United over the line and get us to where we need to be this season than somebody else coming in and there being this big period of change right in the smack bang in the middle of the season. I don't think that's a good look. I think it's better to allow somebody to come in, have a pre-season, have a transfer window. Yeah, sure, there's the January transfer window, but have the summer transfer window and put your mark on the team. And that's how you can have a positive start. We saw that previously when Jose took over from Louis. So, I don't know anyway. You know, I don't like the style of football. I don't like the negativity. I don't like the controversy. But you've got to respect what he's done in the game of football. And I think if anybody deserves a bit more time and, you know, a bit more of an opportunity to try and turn it around, then it is a man like Jose Mourinho. Now, I know that's not very popular. I've said previously in the heat of battle that I was done with him and I wanted him out. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really feel like that right now. Give it a couple of bad performances, though, and I will, because the reason I don't feel like that is because the last few games we've seen a positive change. We've seen a change in mentality. We've even seen a change in style and going about it. Yeah, the Newcastle first half was shocking. Yeah, the Chelsea game, it was a bad end to the game. But most of the fact we came back and showed that positivity, it was great. The fact that we would deserve to win that game against Chelsea, those are positives, and we've done it again today. So he has to. This is his last chance for me. He's got to go on a run. He's got to get these players performing. He's got to motivate the team properly. He's got to show why he's one of the most decorated managers in world football ever. You know, he is right up there. He's won so much stuff, different leagues. Why can he not make a success at Manchester United? We shall see. It's controversial, I know. Alex Rod comments and says, rooting Man City over Tottenham too. keep us in fourth. Yeah, do one, Alex. No, thank you very much there for your comment and your super chat, mate. Much appreciated. But I don't want to hear about how decent Arsenal are. I don't even want to hear about City and Tottenham and those melts. I just want to focus on United, sorting ourselves out, getting us to where we need to be, keep winning games. Bournemouth, although they've had a great start to the season and they look unbelievable and they really are playing some lovely stuff and scoring goals and ripping teams apart, we should still win that game. We've got enough to win that game. We should comfortably beat them. So you just keep that spot warm for us, mate, and we will be up there very, very soon indeed. Alex Rincon comments, nice kit, Pig. What name did you get on the back? Yeah, no, I haven't actually got a name on the back, mate. I'm cheap, okay? If I was going to get a name on the back, though, that's a very good question, because right now this club, the players, I don't know, I'd probably go for Juan Mata. I love a little bit of Juan Mata action, or I'd just go and get the goalkeeper jersey in with the hair on. That way I can at least respect my decision. It's not like I'm getting Lukaku poop on the back at the moment, is it? Or Logba. No way. I'll just go and get Fellaini on the back, shall I? No, I haven't got one on the back there. Robbie Jones comments, thanks for your comment, Robbie. Fred puts a pace injection in midfield and gets things going. He has an urgency, which is refreshing. He compliments Pogba going forward. Matic is in dreadful form and shouldn't be on the pitch. You make some interesting points there, Robbie. I thought Fred actually had quite a quiet start to the game. Wasn't impressed with the way he started the game, but he grew into it. And you're right, he gives us something different in midfield. He is quite a good technical player, quite good physically. His pace, of course, like you say. He's a useful player. He's a good player. I still don't think he's a world beater. What you said about Matic, though, I mean, he was not good today. What is up with Nemanja Matic at the moment? He's supposed to be this big Serbian warrior, this absolute Frankenstein beast. But no, he's not been good recently. He hasn't. He wasn't good again today. Hopefully it's just a bad run of form and he can get back into the old run of putting in some positive performances for us. Steph comments and says, Gashford. Yeah, well, he's absolutely gash. She also comments, Arsenal are good. However, now United are a bit crap sometimes. You can emulate Robbie and become a millionaire. I don't know about that. You're talking about Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. Well, I mean, I have been doing this YouTube channel for about 5 years. And I don't think I'm ever going to become a millionaire. But I appreciate it. I'll keep striving. Like I said, I just do these videos to interact with you guys. I'm a big fan of United, passionate fan, like to get my thoughts and opinions out there. It just makes me feel happy that there's actually people, like there's 115 people right now. It may not be the biggest, I can't compete with those numbers, but there's a bunch of people in here watching this mug right now. And what I mean by mug is this face. I don't mean I'm a mug. Watching this mug right now. Talking about the club that I love. It's pretty awesome that you guys actually do tune in and get involved and comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So you're a bunch of legends. Thank you very much for your comment there, Steph. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in live to this match reaction for the Manchester United versus Everton game. Have some of that, toffees, eh? Yeah? Giving it the big one before the game, weren't you? United in a bad run of form. We can have them. We can get at them at Old Trafford. They've been poor at home. Well, you're shitter than we are. In all seriousness, though, in the end, we were quite fortunate to get the win. We did enough. Our quality shone through. Come on, Anthony Martial. You're an absolute little beauty. You're a French beauty. You were not Le Gashtastic today. No, you were magnificent. What? Le Magnifique. That's how you say it in French. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. You're a bunch of legends for tuning in. Do us a favour. Chuck a like on it. Chuck 2 likes on it. Chuck a like on it. Then sign out. Sign into your sister's account and chuck another like on it. You can follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Please do that. Send me anything you want. I'll respond to it when I can. Also, if I've not responded to your comments in this, do what I usually say. Come back once this video has been published. Comment permanently in the comments section, so I'll be able to read them. I'll be able to respond to any non-heinous comments, and everybody else will as well. So please do that. You've been watching The Pig on Flying Pig United. Do us a favour, like, subscribe, comment. If you're new around here, smash that subscribe button. You won't regret it. I'll keep you up to date with all things football, all things Manchester United, and all things Pigs. Monday analysis episode tomorrow, breaking down the weekend's football. We'll dive a bit more into this game, but definitely will be covering the general state of the Premier League and what's happened at the weekend. So make sure you do come back for that. I'll see you very soon. Take it easy. Have yourselves a good one. And come on, United.